What's up? Welcome to this collective video. We're starting hot. It is close to a Mercury retrograde, and then spring equinox just started, I think yesterday or today. It's the 20th of March. And then a full moon is coming up. So there's a lot of needing to be very watchful and aware of your actions, your responses with your shadow work areas of what you are doing. What you are doing right now is working on parts of you that will help improve the betterment of tomorrow for you and also for others in your life. Because there's something about how you helping yourself is helping the rest of the world. So thank you. I really appreciate it. It also takes the weight off of my shoulders too when someone else is healing. So thank you very much. It's very, very nice to have someone else along for the ride. The healing ride. It is so bumpy. Like, it throws you off too. You're not always going to be on the ride of healing. Sometimes you get off and you go back to old ways and you realize those are the ways that you want to kind of get rid of, or, you know, oh, that's right. Okay. Spirit's like telling me to get to the point. Okay. So what you're going through is jumping from one circle to another. And these circles are more so kind of social circles is what I'm getting. And they're from different areas of you choosing to step into a new environment. Even though it's scary, you know that it's like, because it's unfamiliar again, and you've been in more of a comfortable environment. We have stand up for yourself, bitch fire. Yes, please. Yes, please stand up for yourself. It's so hard though. Okay. It's so hard. I come from a very not safe background as a child. So standing up for oneself was not the funnest experiences. And I have started to do that myself personally. So if you struggle with standing up for yourself, but you really want to get there, this is your sign to keep to keep standing up and to keep finding ways to become stronger and more confident in who you are, in your authenticity, because the more you know about yourself, and that is where shadow work is coming from, that's coming into play, that's very useful, is that it uncovers a lot of things that you're confused about with other people, but you know more about yourself and you're kind of more upfront when it comes to saying, no, that's not who I am, and you feel confident knowing that. So it's really great for you overall. I'm getting, it's kind of a little bit intimidating, but you know that you're safe. You know that this is for the betterment of you, and it's not to continue to make you feel bitter, B-I-T-T-R. It's going to help you feel better, B-E-T-T-E-R. Play on words. We have spaceship. Don't be afraid to sing. Okay. So also I'm getting that if you have felt the urge to kind of work and heal and focus on your throat chakra, your self-expression, your kind of opinion of what life is, things that stand out really are kind of honing in on what your opinion about your life is, because I'm getting that there's been a lot of chitter chatter from other people that think that they know what's best for you, and honestly, hands down, is they need to kind of focus on themselves if that's what they're kind of playing at, because no one knows anything about what's better for another person when it comes to how that other person is living life, because that person is not living that other person's life. So you don't know how it feels. You don't know about the inside stuff, the mental stuff, the emotional stuff, the spiritual stuff. There's a lot of things that we as humans don't know, but we do make judgment calls. And that's where the kind of point of watching where your kind of response is comes into play, because there's a lot of tendency to have more of a childlike response when it comes to things that don't go your way or make you feel uncomfortable. And I'm getting that anger is something that you're kind of dealing with right now. And let me tell you something. I've learned, I was talking to someone recently and they told me about channeling your anger into something, into like a passion project. And I love that idea. So I'm gonna go with that. But if you want to take that as well with your anger, to channel it into just put it into something that the energy of anger is so passionate that it can like really rev up those manifestations. The kind of thing that you need to like really watch is the intention behind using your anger as a way of weapon, okay? Because I am getting that there is this tendency to use your anger as a way to judge the situation, and it can get a little hard, it can get a little hotter than anyone can handle. Because what I'm getting is that you're a very powerful person. You make waves that are very, very like, I'm getting, no one can see it, but it's like the energy wave. Like it's like the minute that you enter into a room, you're like a cannonball in a pool, and it's just like you send waves. So imagine your anger, right? And this is good for me to realize too, because I don't realize a lot. I have borderline personality disorder, so I don't really realize when I'm like super angry. But it's kind of like the cannonball in the pool is so freaking, with your anger, it's so freaking powerful that all the water comes out of the pool, and you don't mean to, but you kind of get so into it, like the passion of anger, because you're trying to defend yourself, you're trying to protect yourself. That's what anger is so awesome with. But there's other ways to channel anger so that you can still have the best of both worlds, like Hannah Montana. My super attractor power comes from how I feel, my faith and love, and the joy I put out. So I'm getting that there is needing to look at in situations where you have been really angry and trying to find a way to figure out how to channel your anger into some kind of passion project for you. I'm getting manifestations, whatever comes up in your intuitional mind, okay? Or whatever comes up in your mind. The next thing it says, my faith and love, okay? So this is where the real kind of, you need to be a bit more broader minded with this, is imagine giving your anger to your spirit guides, to spirit, to the divine, to great mother, great father, whoever you believe in, even your ancestors, okay? Your ancestors are so ready to take on this beautiful gift of anger. So they take it on. And so what you have to do is you have to trust and tune into that faith of love, because this is something that you're doing for the betterment for you and everyone else, because honestly, anger is something that really no human should be responding with, but more so releasing with, because it's so powerful to handle that we as human beings, we really cannot handle anger without it turning into a train wreck, okay? So it's totally okay to be angry, but remember that there's different ways to handle anger besides responding with it. You can release it. You can even just like embrace it with love, you know, say, hey, you are a part of me, anger, and I appreciate you so freaking much. All right. I'm going to now gift you presently, in the present moment, to my spirit guides, to my ancestors, with love, appreciation of this experience with you. And now, kind of in place where the anger is, you can put the joy in place if you want, or peace, whatever you want to put in place of where anger was. And this is a way for you to also remind yourself that you you are safe in the present moment always, because you're handling situations with more care and with more patience. And when you handle especially the parts of you that are angry with a very patient and understanding and compassionate way of, you know, perspective, that anger will be released quicker than you even imagined before. Like, you're gonna realize that it's so much easier to release anger than to hold it in and to even shame yourself. I've definitely been there for myself, where my anger is powerful and destructive as well, and a lot of my relationships have ended because of my anger. So this is a really great lesson for me to learn too, and it's tough because I'm alone. I don't have any connections really anymore, and it's good for me because I need to heal on my own, because right now I'm hurting a lot myself. But if you resonate with this message, just know you're not alone. You are not alone. It is intense being a human being. Woo! You know, there is no book that says how to be a human being, but we can all help each other. We can all be vulnerable and get through it together. Okay. When I introduce joy to a situation, I change the vibrational frequency of what's happening around me. So one thing that did just pop into mind is it might be a lesson for you in terms of handling your anger that would allow you to actually receive manifestations like that. When the universe sees that you're handling anger in a different way, then responding with it, you more so are embracing it, and then you're releasing it. And then you're trusting it's going somewhere with your ancestors. You know, it's like a little balloon, but, you know, eco-friendly, of course. And then, I mean, how can a balloon be eco-friendly? Anyway, I'm getting off track. But then you have that space knowing that you did what you needed to do. And so the rest of the stuff will be sorted out with the divine and spirit. And then you can just take a vacay and go to Bali. You know what I mean? And then that anger will be released and you'll have the space for joy if you want. Because apparently what it says on the card is it changes the frequency of the area around you. So, whoa, that is about to have miracles happening for you every single step of the way, baby. Ooh, you know, your ancestors are literally holding your hand every single step of the way, okay? All right? You're not alone. Remember that. I am in awe of the magnificent guidance that's available to me. I am in awe of the magnificent guidance that is available to me. Ooh. You honestly, you know exactly what needs to happen from point A to point Z, and it's your intuition. There's something about needing to listen to your intuition, or more so tuning into the frequency of your intuition when your anger arises. When you at least start to get into that, in that present moment when you're angry and you like catch on that you're angry, I don't know if like you're able to, but if you can, give it a try to shift to listening to your intuition as to what to do. Because, you know, you might need to be angry. I don't know. But there might be something about needing to just tune into your intuition to allow guidance to kind of come in hand. And just be a bit more graceful with the landing, because who knows what is happening when the anger comes about. And then we have, I slow down and listen to the guidance that's available to me. So really just kind of the kind of speed when you go about this process is pretty slow, you know. Think of the Oregon Trail and think of how slow those wagons and oxen were pulling. I love that game. That was a great game. If anyone ever played the Oregon Trail, yes, you know what is up. If you haven't, you need to, because you're missing out. It's such a good game. Anyway, but it's a very slow pace is what I'm getting. So there's needing to really allow yourself to say, okay, when you start to feel like your pace is quickening, because that's what anger is doing, is it quickens, and it just is like the fire is starting to get pretty intense quicker than you thought. And you're like, can I handle this? And then you're like, okay, maybe not. And so in those moments where you're like, okay, I can't handle it, your ego might come in and be like, okay, wait a second, we can freaking handle this. We've done it before. But the thing is you don't want to cause destruction, I'm getting. You want to kind of mend the areas where maybe your anger kind of was out of control, and you kind of got to get, you got a bit pretty intense with your responses, and it kind of like caused a bit not so fun in your kind of area of receiving, if you will, from the result of the situations, because I'm getting it's just miscommunication, and for some reason that also stirs up the anger. And then this anger, you kind of were like, whatever, and left. And then I'm getting that really the whole thing was just needing to separate in general and kind of air out the anger, let off steam. And it's so human to have, you know, it's so human to like miscommunicate and assume wrong. But allowing yourself to see that maybe you have made some bad air judgment calls when it came to your anger, but knowing that you are healing and learning how to handle your anger differently is the most important thing to really pay attention, because really it's about where you are and how you kind of handle and intend to handle your stuff right now is what is really important to focus on. And knowing that the past is lessons to grow from if you want, but you don't have to. You can release and move on with your life. Morning, the world awaits you. Okay, so release, and you have some stuff in the morning coming up, you know. This stuff that's coming up, what I'm getting is it's definitely tuning into these manifestations that you're like, I really want these, you know. Ooh, okay, the 9 of Swords and the 7 of Swords. Okay, so these are like haunting you. These manifestations, these dreams, you're like, I've waited for so long for this to happen. Why can't it happen? You want it to happen. I get it. We have gold. You don't need someone else to fix you. You found the formula of gold. Like with alchemy, if you figure out the formula and you use it in your own life and experience it, you can experiment, meaning you can learn how to alchemize. And if you know how to do it, and you like, yeah, if you know how to do it, you know how to do it. You are the master. So there's something about how it's like your anger is protecting what you've alchemized, the gold, but really it's time for you to show that gold. I'm getting something about, I don't know why, but the Aztec temples. I don't know why. What's that one? Oh, what is that? The city of, I forgot. Oh, it was that, there's this one movie, I think it's like 2 Spanish guys go, man, I don't know if anyone knows this movie, but it's about these 2 traveler guys get on a boat. It's an animated version. It's L something. Oh, it used to be a really good one. But what I'm saying, I guess I got off track. But what I'm saying is the gold. It's something about finding the beauty in your anger is actually gonna really like flip the lid. You know how with anger, it's like that? That's kind of like it, but more so not destructive, but growing. Like all of a sudden, all of these seeds of manifestations that were waiting for you to nourish them and appreciate them, blah, blah, blah. Because if they are like part of your passion, these manifestations, then you working on your anger is going to help these passions. So the more that you help your anger and support your anger in terms of managing it in the modern time for like the mature way, okay? We can all handle our anger any way we want. Let's be real, okay? But the mature way, that will allow you to see more of the mature decisions you need to make in order for you to find the growth that you ultimately have been working so very hard on. And at this time, give yourself a pat on the back because you deserve it. You deserve that pat on the back. We do have the Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck, so that tells me that you are making headway away from chaos sort of thing. And we have the 10 of Discs at the front of the deck. So that is what you are starting to enter into. I want to see the Page of Wands, the 10 of Swords. Ooh, look at this 10 of Swords though. Isn't that nice? Where before that hurt was, there's a pretty little flower, because you know what? It's beautiful to see that healed pain. It really is, because ultimately the pain is just something that you were naive about. Like, it's not wrong to love and have lost because you loved. And to experience love is so profound and powerful and so like healing in ways that you never thought would heal you and would brighten your day and would make you feel alive. You know. We have Phoenix. How's that for a happily ever after? Okay, how's that? You are literally the author to your own story. You are the person who says how the ending is. Okay? I love that. You are the person who says how the ending is. We have the Six of Discs. This does bring me to community. Community is something that is... This is where community is for you right now. It's a place where you can feel supported by someone who has lived maybe a life where they understand you in ways of your anger. And I'm getting that you've been struggling a lot trying to find community that would support you in your anger, but nonetheless, it looks like you are quite on your way to. Because the more that you handle your stuff out, the more outside stuff will be sorted by spirit and the divine, by your ancestors, by your spirit guides. Have faith and trust that, like, literally, I'm getting, like, really not much on the physical sense of work needing to be done, but more so on the mental front, the emotional front, and the spiritual front, especially with shadow work. We have Seven of Cups, and then we have Knight of Cups. So on the areas where you are feeling a bit doubtful of like which way to go, I'm getting in terms of that satisfaction, you know, making a decision and saying like, is it really going to be satisfying for me to act upon in this certain way? Or should I take a step back, you know? Because there is a lot of realizing what emotion is leading you forth, especially with more of the imagination aspects. More of the aspects where it's like you feel it. You can't see it physically, but you feel that it's there. We have the Page of Discs. We have the 10 of Discs, though, and the 6 of Wands. in reverse. I wonder if kind of what your anger is kind of altering your perception. Ooh, my hand. I love wearing like all these bracelets because they make all that cool sound. It's cool sound. Anyway, it makes me think that the anger, like this is what the anger's been protecting, but it's kind of like you're so focused at protecting this that you don't think you're gonna have backup, but you do. So like when you feel like you need to, when you feel like you need to be defensive, when you feel like, if you ever see a dog with its kind of fur kind of standing up as if it's alert and it's like senses something's out there, like that's what's happening with the anger. So when you sense that, what I'm getting is that there's something about relying on your spirit team to support you through this, especially through the uncomfortable, trying to be patient and trying to breathe and trying to handle your anger when it's like you want to snap some necks. You need to take a step back, right? And it's really hard because you have that egoic urge to defend yourself and say, no, that's not going to cut it. But you've worked so hard with loving yourself that acting with anger is acting not with love, but with pain. Like you are giving someone else your pain. And that is a really responsible thing to do. Because someone might not be able to handle what you can handle. So yeah, there's just kind of like the patient, allowing yourself to just kind of slowly load, let that bar slowly load, because it's kind of like once you feel that anger starting to creep in, I'm getting that's where the breath starts to tune in. And you start to see what the real point is. Because really the real point is you feeling good about yourself. And you knowing that, because what I'm getting is the reason why your anger is coming up is because it's like outside stuff that's coming in that's disturbing. And you're like, I do not like this energy. And I'm getting that you also are someone who trying to figure it out. You're trying to figure out, yeah, we have the Three of Swords, we have the Two of Swords and the Hermit. Because you're trying to figure out how to have like a calm and comfortable life, but it's really hard when, you do have to go through more of the detoxing stages of lifestyles, especially when you realize that you might not have had the healthiest lifestyle. And you realize that once you start to heal your lifestyles, you're able to feel a bit more healed and feel a bit more balanced, because your lifestyle is ultimately going to dictate what really tomorrow will shape for you. We have the Chariot. So allowing yourself to see too, because I'm getting one thing that really is standing out is releasing in terms of relaxation, allowing yourself to find some way to release, let off steam in order for you to be able to enter into the relaxation stage of just like being human, I guess. I am not really an expert on relaxation right now, but I'm about to be, I guess. We have the Eight of Swords. Yeah, this is like something that if you're able to find some kind of like way to relax, I'm getting you're also able to see and work through those issues that you have that deal with your anger. Yes. yeah, the Hanged One. Ooh, yeah. That's awesome. Ooh, that's a real, like, very, very intelligent, very emotionally intelligent with managing your anger is what I'm getting. Because a lot of people want to be at a place where they can handle, but they can't, and they will break because they don't work on themselves. And yeah, it's kind of like that is what you kind of get out of it when it comes to you trying to handle your anger differently, is you get the gold of being calm when others aren't, when their masks are breaking and they're not elegant and they're kind of slipping up. Watch yourself, you know what I mean? We all are. I'm, you know, there's somebody watching me, somebody watching you. There's eyes all around, ready for someone to slip up, because when someone's angry, they're passionate, and you might not be so intellectual with what you say. I've been there myself, okay? I have said some really things that I ask for forgiveness a lot on. And that is why I'm working on my anger, because I do not like how I handle it myself. And I want to manage it differently, knowing that I can, and knowing that it's okay to. It's okay to totally change your lifestyle, your behavior. It's kind of how one can find something to be looking at better with, is changing up, you know, changing up your glasses. Seeing how you can look at things a little bit differently, because anger is part of you. It is a natural, very, very powerful part of you. And if you're able to handle it with love, it will really, really show that coming like back to you, sort of thing. We have Temperance, we have the Magician, and the Emperor. I feel like that the cards really, yeah, I could not have said it better than the cards just said it right now. Okay, Temperance, balance, okay? This is dealing more so the emotional intelligence more than anything. Knowing, is it the right time to respond in an angry manner? Or is it a time for me to separate from this in some way that I can? Think on my feet, quick wit, because you got quick wit, you're quick on your feet. Okay, and that's where that deep breath comes in, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna go this way because I'm trying to have a good day, and this is not gonna make me have a good day. All right, bye. And then we have the Magician, alchemizing 101. You know, if you can handle and manage your own energy, you can do that, you can manage everything around you, point blank period, because you are the alchemizer. You're the master of your own reality. So if you can manage your own energy, you can manage other energies around you, meaning you can get your way in ways that you never thought were happening before, because you weren't thinking that way before. Now you are. We got you there. Alrighty. And then we have the Emperor. Okay, so if you are someone who is like on the twin flame path, if you are aligning with divine masculine or feminine, this would be really helpful in your journey for union, if you want to be in union with your twin flame. Other than that, though, I'm going to say this could also mean about your own masculine energy as a human being. We all have our own masculine and feminine energies. And it is our responsibility to handle our own energies. Though I'm getting that your anger has made it really hard for you to handle your masculine energy, you're starting to understand it a little bit more, meaning you're starting to understand even your own power and essence of your own masculine energy. So that is super powerful, very profound. Take it day by day, you know, every single day. Be like, I don't know, because what I'm getting is like taking it day by day is really going to help you feel okay because it might get a bit crazy. Because what I'm getting is that you are going to go into some uncomfortable situations. Like, Spirit is like, we kind of want to push you to be a bit uncomfortable because you've been a bit too comfortable. We got the Hermit somewhere earlier, and that is literally like, you go introvert, you know, on your own. I always say I'm gonna go to the mountains and live with the goats, you know, be like Heidi. But really it's like you get so comfortable with yourself that dealing with not yourself but others was a little hard. That was where the anger was like, what the heck? Because your ego's like, what the heck? But now you've had more practice in handling your anger with the outside. And it's time for you to kind of shine, you know, shine bright like a diamond. When I'm connected to Spirit, I feel a sense of certainty, magnitude, and ease that I've never known before. Like, you're gonna look at yourself in the mirror and like you're gonna be like super turned on by yourself. Like, not to be, but you're gonna be like, damn, I am hot when I'm angry. Like, I am sexy when I'm angry, and I own that. Ooh, I own that because that's me. Just me. My ability to receive is measured by how much I practice good feeling thoughts. Okay, so I'll leave you with this. I'm gonna talk a little bit about this and then I'm gonna wrap the video up. But what I'm getting is that your thoughts are going to be kind of like key to tune in when you kind of want to know or be aware that you're angry. So one thing about your thoughts that's coming out is having more of a narrow-minded perspective when it comes to the other person. If there is the tendency to hold other people accountable in the past, me too. I'm definitely myself gonna take a couple steps away from judging people anymore and look at myself, because yeah, that's kind of what's being brought up, is that that's like a key place where shadow work would really, really just help you manage that part of anger, because I'm getting that you're angry about various parts of the past, which is so fair, but it's like there's a new way for you to handle these different parts where your anger is connected to. And so for some reason you found a miraculous way to let go of the past and live in the present, and that is the ultimate gift that anyone could feel any day, is to feel themselves in the present moment only. Oh my gosh, like, because you're able to have all of your power, all of your focus be on what you want right now. And this is where you can change anything and everything in your life. Look at me in the eyes. Look at me in the eyes, okay? So let go of the past, you know, work on that. Focus on the present, where you're at now, and like have room for like so much cool things in the future, because so much is going to be happening. All right. So yeah. Wow. That, I feel so passionate right now. You know me, and like when I read tarot, oh Lord, I hope I'm channeling my anger too, because this is awesome. I love it. I am gonna finish this end of the video, end of the reading. I really hope that you enjoyed today's reading. It was very, very informative, and I loved it. Every second of it. I hope that it supported you. I hope that it allowed you to see a bit more of how you can handle your anger and handle a part of you that is so powerful and so awesome to see, and to kind of put it in your life in a different way with your lifestyle. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up. Yeah, okay, so tired. Bye.